Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Laikipia West constituency. There was drama in Laikipia West constituency, and this drama is one that President Ruto cannot afford to ignore. I have always said that if you give Kenyans time to ventilate and give you your thoughts, you will actually get the raw feedback on what exactly Wanjiku thinks. And in Laikipia West, a pro-Ruto MP was heckled and just forced to chant one term or leave the venue. And he had to leave the venue. Kindly subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell and like our videos, and thank you very much for supporting this podcast. We do this each and every day because of your support. And if you're watching for the first time, I also want to urge you to subscribe and watch the Bold Foundation channel. This is a sister channel to the podcast where we cover human interest stories and also inspiration. And as you know, by the way, I was a guest in that channel. So if you want to know my story, you can gonna rush there and watch the latest video there. We have interesting stories just for you. Laikipia West, Odour FM pitched tent in Laikipia West constituency in Laikipia County. And Wachira Karani, the area member of parliament, joined members of public just to get their feedback on what exactly is going on. MPs are on recess, and President Ruto tasked the members of parliament to go back to their constituencies to try to tone down the ground. And what happened in Laikipia West is through a video I want us to look at here, why they chased the MP and were telling him to chant one term. And I want you to watch that video because, of course, they were speaking Kikuyu, but I sought the interpretation to understand the grounds on which maybe people were disapproving the MP.
Hello. Ona kau murega no tarakaigua no ne atiriri abothikiriria hanini reke tuthikaniririe ona kau no ndirakaigua tareke nguhe horo tambai muhorere aya abai muhorere my brother aba wikare thi kochi karade please ikarai thi ona kau no turaigua ikarai thi horerani ikarai thi horerai aya horerai.
Thank you. Asante. Riu mugambo wanyu ni wakinya. Thank you muno. Ona wewe ikaire hau no tugukurehera microphone, ni tugukurehera microphone warie wiguike mugambo waku. No na gitio kinene twambe tuigue kuma kuri mweshimiwa wa Cira.
Horerai na gitio. Tambai mutiga hanini. We tambai mutiga hanini.
Thank you muno.
Mweshimiwa tanamba kwaria.
Yes.
No uguo muranyona haha. Riu ni uguo muranyona haha. Thengia na kumemerekia. Thengia na ki? Ndi mutungatiri na ni nyendete gutiana. Ithe hau ti hega. Very good. Riu korwo mwahorera ri tuthikiririe mweshimiwa na gitio na inyue njoke ndimuhe kanya no mukwaria. Ithe hau ti hega. Karibu mweshimiwa.
Thank you muno.
Horerai abai mutige Nona uguo muraiga. Nona uguo muraiga. Nona uguo muraiga. Nona uguo muraiga. Orerani tu. Oanini tu. We jeshi.
Haya, asante. Thank you.
Rekei tweke atiriri. Rekei tuhe wacira. Rekei tuhe wacira ndagika imwe atugeithie.
Aya, mutikwenda mugeithie. Mutirenda ngeithi ciake. Ni mukuhorera riu. Haya, riu thikiririai. Haya, skiza. Riu mutikwenda mugeithie na mutikwenda arie. Nitwaiguithaniria guo. Gavana na gitio kinene ikarai thi. Riu horerani. Riu ngwita waziri ate ngwita u.
Kumana na ndeto ino, Akenya riu ni mamenyete wega ikiro cia mutongoria uria mwagiriru ungimarutira wira, na angikorwo we uri ta mumbunge wira waku ni kwaga gukuruhania mawoni ma andu aria magucagurire ri, ari bata uriku makwende na makugire ngemi, na urakimakua ta kindu hatari. Uyu nake ni mumbunge wa Kangema Peter Kihungi, akiringiririo aine one term ni mumbunge wa tene wa Starehe Maina Kamanda.
Hata wewe sema one term na usitaugo huko tu. Ugoa nini one term?
Thank you mwana muthuri murata wakwa agitio ndikwe
ikarathi kanyamu karia hetwo ri kahota kugerwo tuko.
Nake Gachagua akunditie thikinduru mumbunge wa Kieni Njoroge Cieni. Gachagua akiuria aikari a gicigo giki ukanacagura mumbunge uri na meciria marongiriru.
Ni mugucaria mumbunge wina akiri tondu na mwena ake akuirwo akirire Ruto. Riu ri thikiriria umenya mbunge aya marauga ndira maruma ri munjire kana ri mukati uri muri kwa Ruto ri agathondeka nyamu itagwo empowerment. Anake makabangwo 10 makaheo ngari ya Nissan niguo. Anake makabangwo 3 makaheo nduthi. Atimia makabangwo 3 makaheo githii kia mbembe. Anake makabangwo 2 makaheo power soap. Okay, gathuri kanyu gakerwo atiriri ndugethikiririe. Gathuri kanyu gakerwo atiri ye kuria Keni aria makerumia nduthiri, makerumia Nissan ri, makerumia Bosho Miro ri, utwarire andu anyu Bosho makarumenda. Yoribokati orimo muthuri ucio ni atwitiirie. Riu we mweshimiwa urareka Ruto anyarare atimia itu.
This is the raw feedback. This is what Mwananchi is talking about. Why this video must worry the president is the fact that the meeting was not called by party leadership. The meeting was not convened by the MP or by opponents or by Rigathi Gachagua. The meeting, or rather that public participation, was convened by Inoro FM, Inoro TV. Inoro TV is supposed to be a neutral mediator, arbiter in this. So the mainstream, the media, is just supposed to give platform, but it has not been working out. It did not work out, and despite of being a neutral arbiter in the ground, Mwananchi was there to show his frustration. You must appreciate that the station also did not pay people. That is why we normally say the president should make one challenge. Just invite people to State House. Don't pay them. Don't even pay their transport. Just say, I want to meet Nairobians, probably in Uhuru Park. Don't pay anyone. And just give microphones, random, or give pieces of paper so that people can tell you their peace of mind. Leave alone these scripted loyalty meetings where people recite loyalty pledges before making or before saying anything. Just get people in their raw element and ask them what they think. That is already a signal that the ground is not looking well, actually, for the sitting president in Mount Kenya. I saw a report that William Ruto was actually demanding that some Uhuru, a cabinet secretary who was aligned towards Uhuru Kenyatta, to resign from the cabinet for failing rather to play his political obligations. Why would someone want cabinet to play political obligations? So this is a real feel. It explains why the MPs are attending funerals, even those who are pro-Ruto, and they cannot talk about it. I asked the message, or rather the reason behind the disapproval, and I've been told two things. One is finance bill. Two is Rigathi Gachagua impeachment. Now, let me explain. Why do you think finance bill, why do you think disapproving finance bill, the fact that MPs who voted for finance bill are receiving a harsh reception? And someone would argue that, you know, the president recalled that finance bill. Let me answer the finance bill. People who follow the politics of this country, who are informed, understand what costs young people to storm parliament and the killing that then followed. It all came about because of the recklessness of the members of parliament. It was their recklessness of the members of parliament. Why them not reading? Could they have read the mood? Just to know that whatever we are making, already the numbers are in the streets. Kenyans are venting their frustration. And they are not hiding it. They are saying we are going to parliament. And they know very well that in the event that that happens, the state was going to the state was going to show its raw power on innocent masses. They would have just stopped that finance bill. So that is one thing. The fact that it brought about the death of the people. Number two, Mwananchi to that point marked some MPs as people who, and that was the problem, as people who, the leaders that are not listening to the people. That is where Rigathi says, kusikiza ground. Listening to the people and rather just listen to the president. The second one is about Rigathi Gachagua impeachment. The plotters of Rigathi Gachagua impeachment had a very shallow playbook. And they used to say and brag that after 2 weeks, we'll be done with the Rigathi Gachagua. Now, this is why that impeachment is causing a lot of trouble. From that impeachment, Rigathi Gachagua has successfully built a formidable political party that can anchor candidates in Mount Kenya. And those candidates are amplifying the one-term message from from Rigathi Gachagua. And let me tell you, the narrative of Rigathi being impeached because he's a tribalist cannot sell in Mount Kenya. So for them, you cannot go and explain to them that we impeached Rigathi because Rigathi is a tribalist. If anything, Rigathi was talking about Mount Kenya interest. So what would have been more appealing, probably would have convinced them that William Ruto was right to impeach Rigathi Gachagua, was probably a huge criminal offense. Pesa. But after that impeachment, no one went after Rigathi, and all those cases, all those fake cases they tabled, none has ever been presented in a court of law. So you understand the viewpoint on why people seem not to buy it. And number two, the one-time clarion call at the national level, it talks about president's inability to lead the country, and that's why he needs to serve one term. But down there, Wanjiku is also understanding that kumbe, even my MP here, if he fails to deliver, should also serve one term. So it's a message that has a trickle-down effect. Now, I want to just wind up this analysis by explaining some 4 factors, new emerging factors, why it does not matter who William Ruto pays. It doesn't matter who is involved. It is going to be increasingly difficult, rather, to undo Rigathi Gachagua influence in Mount Kenya. The best way, probably if William Ruto wants, he should go to seek his votes and probably get what he will present to seek his vote, a different alternative, but not believe that I need to convert the person who was sympathizing with Rigathi to come up on my side. There are only these 4 reasons. The first one is the media coverage on government failures. You know why that Inoro station, you know why even if they are there, people are chasing the MP? They have been feeding the masses there the real story. And the real story is not far from the truth. The real story is what was promised is not what has been delivered. And there is no signs of it being delivered in the near future. So you cannot even blame them, by the way. They're feeding Wanjiku what is the real story. And remember, media runs with numbers. Everyone wants to advertise. You're not going to run a PR story for the government, and at the same time, you want to attract people in the screens so that they listen to you. And so, that means that opposition politicians and government failures, things that have not been working, have been getting airtime in that place. So with that, and of course you can never defeat a union between the people and the media. It's a very difficult union to break. And it's very difficult to win against the two. That union is very difficult to win against it. Number 3. Or the second reason is about the walkout of Mount Kenya leaders from government. Kembi Gitura said is no longer aligning with William Ruto aspirations and resigned as the chairperson of Kenyatta Hospital Research or something. Moses Kuria is walking out and has been telling President Ruto that Mount Kenya must be in one ballot. That walkout is amplifying the narrative of betrayal. In this country, Political betrayals are currency, but they drive political animosity. You just that person says it is us. So that betrayal is a big factor there. The other factor is this. William Ruto has stopped going to Mount Kenya. When last, do you know, in the run up to the last general election, in 2022, or between 2017 to 2022, William Ruto made several trips. Nowadays, the mountain is seeing him going down the lake there to lie to those people there. He's going back to our villages to lie to our mothers about things and just soliciting. And people can see, oh, we ulikuja, ukatuomba kura, tukakupatia, sasa umetoroka, umeenda kudanganya wale. And I always say, the lie is the same. The script is the same. Bring an interdenominational service here and there, bring some others here, give the pastor the car, put some money. It is the same script and put more promises. I have a story about Soul Sugar. I'm following up on that story. Remember when Raila went and talked about privatization? Saizi, people have been given notices that by August, by this, October, they will not have their jobs. I'm following up on that story. I will bring up that story for you tomorrow. No one knew about it. Sasa uko, those were promises. Remember when Ruto and Raila went there and spoke about privatization, and you dare opposite, karibu hata uwawe. Now, that is not the story. The story has changed. It is something else. The story has completely changed, and it is now something else. So, with that, it is not easy to win back. It is not very possible to win back. And then lastly, a sad one, is Raila allies that are now attacking the gamer community simply because they want to establish a space. I want to believe Mbadi can still be a treasury CS. For Mbadi to be a treasury CS, must he feel like some people must not be in that table? President says it can accommodate everyone. But Raila's allies are not, to be specific, Mbadi and Opiyo Wandayi. They've been attacking the other side of the cabinet or the other side of the government on Mount Kenya for no apparent reason. And these statements are getting out and people are filtering and the media is amplifying them. Even us here, we are amplifying them because they're immoral. That is why it doesn't matter what William Ruto does. It is not going to be possible. Let's meet in the next.